I think a cool thing that I'm doing right now is just documenting this. I mean, I don't even know who the hell who's even gonna watch this shit, you know? But it could be somebody cool. You know what I mean? Like, everybody's got a dream. You know, my dream is to play 1v1 against all these big YouTubers, streamers, creators, celebrities, obviously athletes in all different kind of sports, you know, basketball, baseball, football, and literally just play them one-on-one. And, you know, I want to get so good, basically, that a lot of these NBA athletes, or like especially streamers and stuff, whether they're calling me out or I can actually like beat most of them, and then I start moving on to fucking D1, D2 players, D3 professional players, ex-professional players, just like all these people. Ladies and gentlemen, today I'm just gonna be taking you through some of my dribbling stuff that I like to do. Honestly, like, as you can see, it's a very, very, very beautiful day today in the good old Ohio. It's pushing almost 70 degrees, which is just perfect weather, nothing too hot, nothing too cold. I'm a little bit in the shade, but sun's peeking through just a tiny bit. And honestly, one of my favorite things to do, I'm telling you this, I'm telling you, is literally just to be dribbling the ball wherever I go, okay? Like, a lot of the times I'll just step out of my apartment and just be going around dribbling for like a half hour or an hour, just like around wherever I'm at, okay? I don't really know what I'm going to be showing you a little bit today. Maybe some like crossover drills, like a 100 drill, or maybe even some behind the back type of stuff. I mean, a lot of the time when I'm doing dribbling drills, for example, I am doing, you know, if I'm in my house and stuff like that, I'm just doing like these or like whatever. But we're out, we got a little bit of space, might as well enjoy it a little bit, and you know, just play some ball, you know what I'm saying? But one of my favorite moves is just like that double move right here, you know? You just hit them with that, hit them with the cross behind the back, and then make the move, cross behind the back, boom. But the key is just kind of being quick with it, you know? Be quick, it's like a double move, you know what I mean? You know, double move. But like, one of the fascinating parts about when I play basketball, I don't know if you other basketball heads kind of feel this, is like, I tend to just lose myself in it in such a beautiful, and I don't even know what kind of way, but it's so cool, the fact that I'm even able to do that. Like, everything shuts off and I just think, all right, how can I be the best basketball player that I could possibly be, you know? And like, I know I'm not going to be perfect. I know there's going to be some moves that I mess up on. But if I continue to train, if I continue to do these things, then over time, I'm going to be a lot faster. And then when I do these type of big events, such as, you know, one against MrBeast, a nice one-on-one, I'm going to be all ready. But like, another thing you can do is kind of challenge yourself to like look up when you're doing these moves. Obviously switch directions and stuff like that. But you know, a lot of these things is really just getting the best feel for the ball as possible. So like, when you're put in a situation where you're in tight quarters, like I was the other day, there's this one guy, I think they had like almost, you know, I was playing 33. It's ironic how I lose the ball when I say that. But I was playing 33, and, you know, at that point, they double team you, you know, when you got 31 points and shit. So, you know, I'm out here dribbling, fucking going like crazy, you know what I mean? Like this, oh, I see him right there. Like, I'm just doing everything, trying to get behind him. They're playing like press defense and stuff like that. And then eventually, like, I'm able to get past them by just like a pullback dribble or like something like that. I think it was just like some random pullback dribble, but like I didn't plan that. So like, that's one of the beautiful things about basketball, is like, it's kind of like a poetry. Like, you do all of these drills and you're slowly trying to and you're slowly like learning these things and learning these like hand-eye coordination stuff, and then eventually it ends up coming into play. You just don't know when it's actually going to come into play, which is so cool to like think about. But when you're doing a lot of these things, just like keep your head up, try to pound the ball as fast as you can. You know, these are all kind of things that I'm looking out for. But I don't even know. You know, I think a cool thing that I'm doing right now is just documenting this. I mean, I don't even know who the hell who's even gonna watch this shit, you know? But it could be somebody cool. You know what I mean? Like, everybody's got a dream. You know, my dream is to play 1v1 against all these big YouTubers, streamers, creators, celebrities, obviously athletes in all different kind of sports, you know, basketball, baseball, football, and literally just play them one-on-one. And, you know, I want to get so good, basically, that a lot of these NBA athletes, or like especially streamers and stuff, whether they're calling me out or I can actually like beat most of them, and then I start moving on to fucking D1, D2 players, D3 professional players, ex-professional players, just like all these people. But it's not going to come without a lot of training, a lot of hardship, and I'm pretty ready for it, you know? It's going to be one of those things where the opportunity is going to present itself at a certain point, and I'm going to get to that point. It's going to be perfect. It's funny, there's a couple people that are walking around right now around the neighborhood, and just got to be ready for this. Like, this is what it is. You become like a content creator. It's like, you just got to be ready for people to kind of look at you, stare at you, and just all that stuff. Honestly, oh, look at that. They turned away because they saw the camera. The power of the camera, something beautiful. Who knows? Probably call the cops on me. Probably think I'm streaming. We got a kid who's streaming back here. We can't enjoy our walks. Blah, blah, blah. But I don't know. Who knows how much I'm even gonna end up doing like these type of videos. But fuck it. Let's try and do some things that can kind of challenge myself, you know. Big thing that I've been seeing when it comes to SGA over these playoffs is him doing the in and out. So, oh my god, and also I hit somebody with this the other day. So, they thought I was going to do a crossover. Nope, just went right back. So something like that, you know. And obviously get creative with that. But little in and out, I think is so important to have in your repertoire. Because if you want to do in and out, okay, good, you know, but in and out cross, you know, in and out cross, in and out cross, just like fucking double moves galore. I mean, I guess I feel like when I play basketball, I just spam that double move. Maybe it doesn't get me anywhere, but sometimes it leaves a little crease. Sometimes people get to the point where they bite on that type of stuff, but I don't know, maybe over time I'll get a lot better of a feel of exactly, you know, what I'm kind of going for when it comes to a lot of these moves. Like, if I'm doing this, like when I do this, I'm obviously hoping he goes that way, but, you know, I mean, almost thinking, oh, well, what's the best move in a situation where he is got his plant leg over here? Like, should I try and fake attack that and use the in and out, or is it better to just cross over into that? And I think playing a lot longer, especially one-on-ones, is gonna help me understand that, because I'm pretty good at 5-on-5s right now, but one-on-ones, you know, you can kind of get to the point where maybe, or at least 5-on-5s, you can get to the point where maybe you're not even thinking about exactly what you're doing. And part of that's good because you're like in the flow of the game, but another part of it is not that good because you are, you know, you don't know exactly what you're doing. You don't know how to actually attack somebody one-on-one. So when you guys actually need a shot, you get to pull up, like, okay, like that's fine and all, but you got to be able to get your own shot at certain points, especially when you're playing one-on-one. So, I don't know. You know, basketball is a great equalizer in a lot of things. Basketball has brought me a lot of peace ever since I was a lot younger, and now as I progress later in life, I think it's such a beautiful thing where you realize a lot of the things in your childhood were so important to you, and you want to be very nostalgic. And although I am documenting this with a camera, the ability to get away from my phone and just have the ball in my hands is just so beautiful. It really does just bring me back to kind of a lot simpler times, beautiful times, times that I look back on and are just so incredible and so foundational in my life. And I'm so grateful for that. So grateful. But it's going to take a lot to get to the point of me going against somebody like MrBeast or Matthew Delvedova, which is another person that I want to 1v1. Like, these are all people, those are both people that are obviously very different, but they're top creators or athletes or people that, I've kind of looked up to and stuff like that. So I think another thing that could be cool is almost treating these dribbling drills as like Q&A. So, when I'm doing something like this, I can kind of multitask a little bit, do my dribbling drills and answer some of your questions. So maybe I kind of treat this as a segment of answering questions. I think that could be pretty fun. All right, let's try crossovers as fast as I can. Ain't gonna be all sunshine and rainbows, but all right. Well, I don't even know how long I even did that for, but I think that should be like a pretty solid video. If there's any other videos or anything that you want me to kind of talk about as I go through this process of playing these people one-on-one and just reclaiming that beautiful fire that basketball gives me in life, please drop down in the comments. Please subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one. Hopefully I'm playing somebody one-on-one and just having fun with it. I'll see you.